Well, hey everyone, how's it going? Today is Monday, May the 12th, and I had an amazing weekend. I'm so excited to show you what sold. I think I have about 16 sales going out, which sometimes that's what I get in a full week. And so this is going to be Friday, part of Friday through actually my last sale was early this morning. So I went ahead and I shipped it up with the weekend packages. So I'm super happy. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you my week totals and tell you what kind of payment I'm going to be able to put towards my debt. And let's just get going because so much to show you. If you follow me, thanks for joining. If you're new, thanks for joining. But if you do follow me, you know that I am a bread and butter seller. A lot of my items, I net profit $8 to $15. That seems to be my normal range. Of course, I would love it to be more. I feel like I try my best to find items to be more. But that's usually where I kind of come in at. And so hopefully my goal is to be able to show you that you can, if you have a goal like I do, like to pay off your debt or to save for a vacation or to, save for whatever, do whatever you want. And you're a part-time seller for sure, because that's what I am. My goal is that I can show you that even flipping easy bread and butter sales, you can still do what you want to do and just work towards your goal. Doesn't mean we can't have better goals, because I do. I mean, I want to, have an average sales price of $30. That would be amazing, but that's just not where I'm at right now, and that's okay. So, all right, let's get to it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to show you what's going out. Okay. My space is a little bit limited here. I've got my computer. Let me do some rearranging here, because I'm just going to kind of pull from what's in front of me, and we'll talk about it. So this first item is the item that sold this morning, and it is a Polo Ralph Lauren women's size 4 gingham mini skirt, pink, white. I added the word preppy. 5 pockets. So very cute little skirt. It's pink and white. It is polo. Actually looks like kind of like a vintage polo tag. But I got this at the Goodwill, my local Goodwill. Not the Goodwill bins, my actual local Goodwill. I got this on April the 7th. They had it marked at $4.74. It was not on the 75% off sale. I've been starting to go only on Mondays, which I just got back from the Goodwill a little bit ago, actually, because Mondays here are my local Goodwill 75% off day on the color. And so I've started to only usually go on Mondays now, and really try and focus my efforts, unless I find a really good piece, focus my efforts on finding the 75% off deals. So, but this, I went ahead and picked up for what they had it marked. And like I said, it was $4.74. I took an offer of $14 on this, and my net profit is $6.99. It's a relatively really quick flip. It was spring. Gingham is, gingham is in. A lot of people like to wear gingham. And even though my net profit is a little bit lower than I wanted it to be, I knew I paid up for it. So quick flip though, I'm happy about that. And I want to go ahead and get it out today. So, all right, this was an Etsy sale. This is a repeat buyer. I'm so thankful. And this just kind of goes to show, always communicate with your buyers. And, if you have a good deal going on, let them know. This one left me a 5-star review on my Etsy account, and she, it was amazing. She was basically like, I don't remember word for word, but it was like, I wish I could find more like this. because it was, you know, so great. And so I just sent her a message and I said, I saw your review. Thank you. I want you to know I do have one more of these in my store. And that was about probably a month ago I sent it. Well, guess what? She came back and she bought my last one of these I had. And these were in a haul at the end of the year. It's Vintage Hakes is the brand. This is a size large, and it is a woman's denim overall dress. Very cute. I love it. I actually thought maybe I should keep that, but I did at the time. I did pay up for these. I just had a feeling someone donated, like, I think I had 3 total, and someone donated like 3 dead stock, which means vintage but with tags on it, denim dresses like this. And I was like, okay, I just had a feeling. Jumpsuits, denim sells well anyway. And then you add in the fact that it's new vintage. I just had a good feeling, and my feeling was right. I ended up selling this one for $35 on Etsy on Saturday. After my fees and my shipping, my net profit is $23.69. So I'm super happy with that. I'm gonna squeeze it into this 10 by 13 and add in a little thank you. And since, you know, Etsy's kind of known for being, your packaging's a little pretty. Since she is a repeat buyer, I found this. I bought this package of 3 cute, pretty floral pins. I'm just gonna add it in there, and I'm gonna add her a note that says, thank you for your repeat business. I try and do that for repeat customers. Your repeat business. I'm super thankful for this sale. So anyway, we will get this out the door, and it was a good sale. So, and this was on Etsy. I had 2 sales on Etsy over the weekend, so it's always a nice surprise to kind of log into Etsy and then see that you have a sale. So, all right, 10 by 13. Let's see what else we have. This is a Duluth men's sweater vest. Let's see what day it sold on. It sold on Saturday. I'm gonna read you my title. Duluth Trading Company, Strong Arm, Cotton Comfort Sweater Vest, size 2XL, gray, new with tags. I was a little disappointed on its performance. Duluth does pretty well. I will say, I feel like it's gone down over the last couple years. Unless you have something like specific, like overalls. Their overalls perform really well, specifically women's overalls. And I mean, they have some other things. The Duluth men's pants seem to do pretty well, but this definitely did have the tag still. This is Duluth's label. Just a nice sweater vest. I really thought this would sell during the winter, but it didn't. So it is going out. I started a sale in my closet to see if I could pick up some extra sales this weekend because I was working. I had 5 drafts saved for Saturday to list, and I had 4 drafts yesterday, which thank goodness, because I felt like it kind of kept me alive through the weekend while I was working my full-time job. So anyway, but I also had a sale. I just really need to mark down and get some stuff out of here. My old stuff. You'll see a couple of those in this as well. So let's see. What did I sell this for? I sold this for $14.99. of course, with shipping. I charge shipping for everything, just so you guys know. And after they did use my store coupon, which was $1.50 off, I have a 10% off coupon. My net profit is $9.73. So glad to get that out for the summer, so I can add some more summer stuff. So that was kind of nice. All right. This was a good sale, and this was a very recent sale, or a very recent pickup. This is a pair of Chubbies men's, the all-day terry soft shorts, elastic waist, XL, 5.5 inseam, new with tag. You all saw this in one of my most recent hauls. It's got Chubbies on the pocket. It is new with tag. These were $44.50. This is a good brand to pick up. And I was glad I did. I bought these at a garage sale for $5. I have like a grayish black pair, I want to say. So yeah, $5. These sold for $25 plus shipping. My net profit is $16.14. So I am super happy with this one, for sure. It's going out in a 10 by 13. Oh, I forgot my little thank you. It's going out in a 10 by 13 as well. So my week was so good, guys. I'm so excited to tell you how I did. One thing I am really working on is not comparing myself to other resellers that say, oh, well, I only made $400, which is horrible week. To me, that's a good week. This is part-time. I'm doing it to help pay off my debt, and I'm so excited about this weekend. So it is a win for sure. Okay. This was my one and only Mercari sale this weekend. I'm still keeping things on Mercari. Truthfully, I am having such a hard time with my Vendoo cross-lister trying to cross-list to Mercari. I have let them know 500 times. They help me. I clear my cache. I clear my cookies. If you do Vendoo and you're watching this, are you having a hard time with Mercari too? Because I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm tired of even trying to cross-list to Mercari and to go through all of this, clear my cache and cookies 500 times in a week just to see if I can get it to work good. It's crazy. I will say Vendoo has good customer service, but it's like the minute they help me, it works for like a day and then it doesn't work anymore. And I'm just kind of tired of it. So anyway, that's enough griping. This is a good positive video. But this is a All in Motion jumpsuit. All in Motion is from Target. It's new with tag. I got this at my local pallet place. It's like a purpley violet. It's got an open back, really cute compression jumpsuit. I really was surprised this hadn't sold. I got it last year at the end of the year. My cost of goods was $2.07 then. Of course, I'm not claiming it now. I'm just getting my money back. So this, I took an offer for $20. And when did this sell? Let me see. Let me find it. This sold Saturday. So I took an offer of $20.40. I do not include shipping on Mercari. I usually increase my price of my product and then just to kind of, because I don't like Mercari shipping. So whenever I accept an offer on Mercari, I have to just know that shipping's coming out of that. So after everything is said and done, my net profit on this was $13.23, and I'm happy to move it because it is last year's product, and I'm ready to get it out of here. So, all right, we're making our way. This is probably one of the long-standing items, truthfully, and I was so surprised it hasn't sold before now. But this is a Lily Pulitzer dress. This was an eBay sale. It sold yesterday, and it's Lily Pulitzer Anna Lynn cotton dress, medium spaghetti strap, adjustable. Very, very cute. Little mini Lily Pulitzer dress, spaghetti strap. It's lined. I just really was like, how come this is not selling? I received an offer on this for $15.40 and plus shipping, of course, and I took it because it has really sat in my closet probably at least a year and a half. At least a year and a half. So it needed to go. Funny, not a funny story, but funny story is I knew I hadn't sold it, but I could not find it. And I was packaging up late last night. I had got home from my day. I hope you all had a good Mother's Day, by the way, if you're a mother. And I got home and I was working all the weekend and I was tired, but I thought, you know what? I knew I had quite a few sales come in and I was like, I need to go start on some shipping just because I know I'm going to be tired. If I'm up all night tonight, I'm not going to want to like ship all that and do the video and all that jazz. So I came out here last night to try to get some shipping ready. I could not find this. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Because I have really worked hard on my inventory to know what I've got. If it's not here anymore, I have went through my Vendoo, through my eBay. And so anyway, I was like, it's not sold. I went on all my platforms and I looked back and I could not see where I had sold it anywhere. And I was finally like, it has to be here. And then I found it. So anyway, I am just so happy that I did, because when you lose an item and then you can't ship it on eBay, it really will hurt you. So you got to be careful about doing that. But I am so glad this is going out, and $12.62 is what I made. They did use a 10% off coupon in my store, which saved them $1.54. So $12.62. I don't know that I'm gonna really just, I've got Lily Pulitzer just sits for me. It really just does. Now, if I find like a new dress or something like that, but Lily Pulitzer, it eventually sells, but it seems like it sits for a long time. Okay. All right, this is in my latest haul, one of my latest hauls, and these are Goodwill pickups. I got them 75% off day. I decided to list them together. I even said in my haul that I was going to do that. And the reason why, this is a good brand to know. It sells quick. It's fresh produce. They really, it's made in the USA. They work with organic fabrics. Like you can just tell this is like a nice quality. It's almost like a jersey knit, but it almost feels luxy. So this is a skirt. I don't know if it was the pink one or the red one. I think the pink one's the really good one. So the red one has some ink stains on it, and I did try to get it out. I could not, but I will be honest, I don't work a whole lot to get stains out unless it's something that it's gonna bring me some money. So yeah, there's some ink stains on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. So I listed these together, but they were on the 75% off sale, and I only paid $1.20 a piece for them. I sold them for $19. I think that was an offer, actually, an offer of $19. And my net profit, sorry, there's a fuzzy. There you go. My net profit on these is, I just had it in my eyesight, $13.26. They did also use a coupon. So, oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't. I'm lying to you. So super happy because, I mean, I just got these April 28th. So that's a quick sell. And this is going out in a 10 by 13 as well. Like most, everything today except for one item, which is a glass item, 10 by 13. So, and those sold yesterday. I'm so glad I like had these semi-packaged up yesterday. All right. On to the next. This is a very recent pickup as well. And I did pay up for this. I even said in my haul, I knew I was paying up for this, but I knew that it would sell. This is a brand to know, and it's Democracy. This brand does really well. It's usually carried at like Dillard's, Macy's, I'm trying to find my title. Democracy Absolution Blue Jean Denim Shorts, Mold and Hold, size 14, new tag stretch. So this is the shorts. This is the brand, the label, Democracy. Very nice. So MSRP on these, oh, it's not even on here. They probably ordered them online is what I'm guessing, but they're very nice for women that like me, like that just kind of want to tuck and hold, you know, tuck and hold. But I got these on April the 28th. I paid up $11.83. I knew I wasn't going to make a ton just because I did pay up so much. I almost thought about trying them because it's kind of my size. And then I thought, nope, I just want to make the money on them. I did sell them. I took an offer of $28. They used a 10% off coupon, which saved them $2.80. And then my net profit is $9.19. So $9.19. And I had them, I just listed them this last week, like probably a few days ago, actually, is when I listed them. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. You guys know me. Now, usually when you see a haul, usually if it's something I know I can make a quick flip on, like shorts, I knew I needed to get it listed. I'm pretty good about doing my best to get something listed after I show the haul online, but usually it's a few days for sure. Or, you know, it just depends on what it is. If it's in the season, I try and get it posted, but I do my best. That's all we can do. Okay, so these are also purchased this year from my local Goodwill. And it's CJ Banks, new with tags, size 1X linen and rayon blend, high-waisted shorts, elastic waist belt. So those are all the keywords. This sold for $22. These sold yesterday. I got them at my local Goodwill on February the 25th for $3.91. And truthfully, CJ Banks isn't like a banger that's gonna fly off the shelf, but these just had a lot going for them. They were plus size, they were linen blend, they're new with tag, they're super cute, strawberries and, is that lemons? Yeah. And tropical. And so, and CJ Banks is not a cheap brand to purchase brand new. So these were $54.95. Unfortunately, they don't have like the greatest sell-through rate, meaning how fast they sell. But I went ahead and got them. I felt like those factors would help them sell, and I think it did. So sold for $22. They did use my 10% coupon. And my net profit is $11.95. I did, I think, lose like $1 or something in shipping. Which, you know, I don't mean to do that, but sometimes it depends on where it's going. I've sent a lot of stuff out to Colorado, or not Colorado. That doesn't cost me very much, actually. California and Maine. I had one of these is a Maine. This is actually Nebraska, which it surprised me that it cost as much as it did then. Okay, 10 by 13. Sorry. Fuzzy. Okay. This was in one of my latest pickups too, and this is a Goodwill piece. You know I do pay a little bit more for Goodwill. I feel like when I first moved here a year ago, and you guys probably, if you go back and watch some videos, I just was struggling with Goodwill, the pricing, and I am just kind of coming into a rhythm, I think, with it, to where, okay, I'm gonna go on Mondays and I'm gonna look for the 75% off tags. And if I find something like the Democracy jeans, the shorts, if I find something that I think, yes, I think it'll sell and I think it will sell fast, and I don't mind paying up for them, or if it's something, today I found my first St. John piece today, and you will see it in an upcoming haul. My first St. John piece. I was like, what? So anyway, so I'm kind of in a rhythm with Goodwill now, and I feel good about it. And even though I know I pay up, I just cannot get to my favorite little thrift stores like I used to. I usually go once every other week. Now, when I go, it's my favorite thing in the world. I am 3 hours from a Goodwill outlet. Yeah. So it's kind of like, and truthfully, I mean, I would make the trip to Kansas City by myself, but I know my husband would probably rather me not make that trip myself, and he doesn't really like to thrift. I wish he did, because that would just solve all of our problems. I'm joking, actually. I'm joking when I say that. He is very supportive. He is lovingly tolerant of my thrifting, okay? I'm gonna say that. He is not a thrifter. If he was, it'd be super fun because we could do this together, but he's just not a thrifter, and that's okay, because I'm not a fisher woman. He would love it if I went fishing with him, and I do occasionally go, but I'm a catcher, not a fisher, if that makes sense. I like to catch, and when I do go with him, if he starts catching, then that's when I get my pole out. So, okay. So this is a pair of women's Old Navy tall linen blend wide leg pants. And these sold yesterday. I got them 75% off at Goodwill. They only cost $2. It was a really good pickup. Now, Old Navy, you usually don't make a ton on. And there are pieces, specifically their linen blend pieces, and other overalls do pretty good, but you can ask a little more for it. A lot of my Old Navy pieces I'll do $12.99, something like that, or a shirt $9.99. But with this, I posted $18.99 because comps were pretty decent on it. I received an offer. Actually, no, I sent an offer and they accepted for $17.09. My net profit is $9.54. So I am very, very happy with this sale. And I just got this, like I said, April the 30th. So very, very nice flip. It's like I gotta, even though I'm getting them out of the bags I put them in, I still want to make sure that I'm not screwing anything up. Because I did work this weekend, guys, and I was up in the night and I am tired. So, all right, this I was very happy it finally sold. I did pay up for this last year at the Goodwill, and this is an Athleta cinch long line bra. It is a D size 2X, purple, new tag, light impact, breathable. It's very cute. These are not cheap, $59 new. I got it at the Goodwill for $10. I paid up for it. Really, I did, because it was new tags, and I was like, I really think it's gonna sell good. So $10.07 on, oh, I got this year. I thought I got it last year. On March the 7th, I got this for $10.07. It sold for $24. My net profit is only $10, $12, but that's okay. It's right in my range. It is a newer piece. I thought it was an older piece, but look at me go. Okay. It's really hard for me to see because Athleta is like, I think the pants I have on right now are Athleta. I love Athleta. It is like my line of choice to wear. And I know how expensive it is. So when I find new attack pieces, it is hard for me to leave them. But this one sold, so get my $10 back, make a little bit of profit, and go on. So, okay, I think I got 5 more. Okay. This is, you saw another one of these sell this last week, and I'm finally getting rid of my last one, and it is a Pioneer Woman blouse. These were a lot more popular a couple years ago. I've literally had this for a couple years now. And what I did is I was gonna take it to my flea market booth and put it on my rack there, but it's just been hanging here. And I marked it down to $5 because I was like, get it out of here. I got it a long time ago, either at the Goodwill outlet or I got it in a bag sale. It's really hard not to pick Pioneer Woman stuff up because let me tell you, it's really pretty. Her stuff is really pretty. And I actually think some of the newer like dresses and things can perform okay, but I'm just not gonna pick it up anymore. So $5, I'm okay with that. It gets it out of my closet, and I'm trying to find it for you. Yeah, they even used a 50-cent coupon, the 10% off discount. $3.08 was what I made this year on it. So that means, you know, if I had 50 cents or $1 in it, 2 years ago, I claimed that. So it's just been sitting for free, hanging. Making sure I got the right label on it, and I'm done with it. So, all right. This was a purchase this year, and you know, I wouldn't get it again. H&M, I really don't pick up H&M a whole lot unless it's like a significant piece. Now, when I was in corporate, I loved H&M, like their dress career pieces. They do have really pretty things. I do have an occasional H&M. I picked up the chiffon shift dress. Let me get my title for it. This sold Saturday. Dun, 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 dun. Where did it go? Here it is. H&M women's plus size lined chiffon dress, shift dress, XXL, sheer sleeves, necktie. It really is pretty. It's just like this oversized shift dress. It has these long sheer sleeves. It's so pretty. It's got a high neck, and then the back of the neck has these long, it has a long tie. So it looks pretty. I thought my pictures did it justice a little bit. I picked it up because of the factors of it, but I got it at the regular Goodwill for $6.10 in February. So it's not like it's yeah, I've had it forever, but still, it only sold for $17. And I think that was an offer I took on it on Saturday. So I'm only making $6.70, but that's okay. I'm clearing it off my rack, and I am trying to build up my dress inventory. I've told you guys, dresses are one of my favorite things to list. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I love dresses. I think they're beautiful, and I think it would be fun to have a store where people know that you always have dresses in your store. So when they're looking for an event or something, they'll come back and shop with you. I don't know, maybe not. I just love dresses. So I'm excited to get this out and send it on its merry little way. And I do need to make some room. My dress rack is starting to get pretty full. So I'm like, I need to sell some. So I sold two or three, actually counting the Lilly Pulitzer, because that is where I found it, tucked in between two others. So, okay, this was a this year sale as well. I sold this Little Girls Old Navy jean shorts. They're new with tag, size 14. And I sold them on Friday. I showed you guys 3 items that sold Friday morning early, and so I ended up selling 2 more. I hit my goal every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, at least 5 sales a day. I'm pretty proud of myself for that, but not that like, I mean, I know I stayed busy, but you know, eBay did its thing. But Old Navy Girls, size 14, denim jean shorts, adjustable fit, flex waist. I love adding that because people look for these waists that you can adjust. So these sold for, I picked it up for 70 cents on March the 12th in a bag sale at my favorite thrift store. It sold for $11.69. My net profit on these is $8.58. So right in my range that I typically stay in. I'm okay with that. So now I gotta go to the post office because I did not schedule a pickup today. I knew I was gonna be late, so I didn't want to push myself. Okay, this is gonna be one of the flannels that you guys know. If you watch me, you know I'm discounting them. So long story short, I save a bunch of flannels every year. I have a big sale at the end of the year. Well, this year I ended up with a tub full of them left over. So what I'm doing is I am deeply discounting them to sell out my old flannels. So this was one I actually was surprised it didn't sell. It was a Dickies. It's a size 3X men's. Doesn't really fit like a 3X men's, I don't feel like, but I did include measurements. It is heavy knit, and I reduced the price to $6.50 just to get it to sell. This one did have some damage where the buttons are. It's like the buttonholes are loose, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, so I posted this for $6.50 and it sold. And I am just slipping it into this. I'm not gonna wrap it. I made $3 on this thing, $3.95. I think the buyer will be just fine with me not making it pretty. I will put a little thank you on it. Actually, I'll do a thank you sticker. And it's going out in a 10 by 13. Ooh, ooh. No. There we go. All right. So just like that. So I am getting it out of here. It was taking up room, and I want room for new flannels for this year. So perfect. All right. And then my last one, guys, we're almost there. It's going out in an eBay 8 by 8 by 8 box. This is one of my favorite boxes to ship in. You can ship coffee mugs very easily in them. And you can ship these little glassware pieces. This was my second eBay sale. These sold Saturday. And I picked these up. When did I pick them up? my cost of goods was only $1 on them. Oh, it's right here. It fell to the floor. Okay, so I got these Vietnamese vintage Bat Trong pottery teacups. I am butchering that. But I love these pottery teacups that you can find. And it's got like a dragonfly on it. Very pretty. But these, when I Google Lens them, they came back from like this Vietnamese village. And there is crazing on them. They're just so pretty, right? I think crazing can actually make a piece look better. But I know that's my personal opinion. Some people just cannot stand crazing. So whenever that you do have crazing, which is like the cracking underneath the glaze, you really should note that. I've actually had someone want to return something because I did not describe it well enough, and I take full responsibility for that. Because just because you like something doesn't mean someone else does. Does that make sense? And so anyway, I sold this pair for $18.99 plus shipping on Etsy. My net profit is $13.85. And yeah, I just got these April the 9th and finally got them listed. So very easy to ship. Some people get scared to ship glassware. I don't. Okay, and I know I showed this recently, but my next door neighbor is the bomb diggity. Like, look at that. She shredded all. That's little shreds too, y'all. Little. So I am just gonna dig a hole and plop it in there. And then dig another hole. Like, she seriously hooked me up. Okay. And then I'm gonna have to just put like one air pack on top to really, you know, to not leave any room in there is what I'm saying. So anyway, this is awesome. That little shreds are awesome. So my net profit, like I said, was $13.85 on that. So, and I got my little fragile stickers back there. I'll put on them. Okay, so drum roll. Yeah. So after the week, man, I just feel really blessed right now. I had 30 sales total for the week, which might not be much to some of you. It is a really good week for me. So I'm very proud that happened. My goal is 35 a week. So I'm still short. That's the goal I want to hit consistently. So that's the goal I'm working towards. And my net profit for the week, net profit, was $487.32, which is the highest week of the year so far. So every week I take 25% of my net profit and I apply it to a piece of debt to get my debt paid down. And this week will be the 6th payment I am making. And this payment is $121.83. And I'm super stoked because last week's payment was $72.71. So you can't pay off debt unless you actually get motivated and pay it off. And that's what I'm doing. So thanks for joining me on this journey and giving me words of encouragement. And someone recently left a comment that, I was motivating them to do that. And that means the world to me because that is really why I started this channel to, hopefully motivate someone else to do this. So anyway, maybe one day I'll do this full time, but I definitely have to pay off all the debt first, and that's going to take a while. So thanks for joining, and let me know how your weekend went. I'll see you tomorrow.